12th Biozoology, Chapter 5, Molecular Genetics. In this part, we are going to discuss about DNA fingerprinting. DNA fingerprinting is a technique. The DNA fingerprinting technique was first developed by Alec Jeffreys in 1985. Fingerprint of different people show differences. Fingerprint of a particular person is unique. Our fingerprints are unique. That means that no one else in the world has the exact same set of ridges and lines that we have on our fingers. Not even identical twins have the same fingerprints. The fingerprints have ridges and lines. The ridges and lines of fingerprints are different even in identical twins. The DNA of a person and fingerprints are unique. DNA fingerprinting is a chemical test that shows the genetic makeup of a person or other living things. DNA fingerprinting is a chemical test. The test report shows the genetic makeup of a person. What is the purpose of this test? This test is mainly done for verification. It is used as evidence in courts to identify bodies, track down blood relatives, and to look for cures for diseases. It is also used to identify the criminals in forensic science. Each of us have the same chemical structure of DNA. The chemical structure of DNA is common to all. Almost 99.9 nucleotide bases are exactly the same in all people. 99.9% of nucleotide bases are exactly the same in all people. Then what makes a uniqueness among us? 99.9% of DNA is unique. DNA is common to all. The 0.1% of DNA shows differences. There are millions of differences in the DNA sequence of base pairs. In the 0.1% of DNA, 99.9% of DNA is uniform or common to all, and 0.1% of DNA shows differences among different people. The differences in 0.1% of DNA is millions of differences. This makes the uniqueness among us, so that each of us except identical twins is different from each other genetically. The DNA of a person and fingerprints are unique. So now we can easily understand the DNA of a person and fingerprints are unique. Without any confusion, we can understand this idea. We have 23 pairs of chromosomes. How many genes are in these chromosomes? There are 1.5 million pairs of genes are in the 23 pairs of chromosomes. What is gene? We have already learned. Eukaryotic DNA is divided into genes and intergenic spaces. Again, the gene has two components, introns, exons. The entire DNA can be broadly divided into genes and intergenic spaces. That is, the space in between the genes. Gene itself has two major regions, exons and introns. Genes are further divided into exons, introns. Exons are coding regions. which code for protein. Introns are called as intervening regions. In eukaryotic genes, exons and introns are alternately arranged. The introns are removed before forming the functional RNA. In transcription, after the removal of introns, a functional RNA, mRNA, is formed. The intergenic spaces, the space between genes, has some areas which act as signaling sequences like promoter sequences, operator sequences. Not all segments of DNA code for proteins. Some DNA segments have a regulatory function, while others are intervening sequences, introns, and still others are repeated DNA sequences or satellite DNA. The intergenic spaces have DNA sequence. That area has regulatory sequence and repeated DNA sequences. The repeated DNA sequences are called as satellite DNA. When the repeat is medium, that is microsatellite. When the repeat is short, mini satellite. The satellite DNA of one person is different from another person. Short repetitive nucleotide sequences are specific for a person. The short repetitive nucleotide sequences are called as satellite sequences. They are specific for a person. The repetitive nucleotide sequence of one person is different from another. So we say they are specific for a person. In DNA fingerprinting, short repetitive nucleotide sequences are used. Information from the short repetitive nucleotide sequences are used in DNA fingerprinting technique. These nucleotide sequences are called as VNTR, variable number tandem repeats. Tandem repeats means the repeats are arranged nearby. The VNTRs of two persons generally show variations and are useful as genetic markers. VNTR, they are short repetitive sequences, short repetitive nucleotide sequences which are arranged nearby, or tandem repeats. The VNTRs of two persons are generally show variations and are useful as genetic markers in DNA fingerprinting technique. Tandem repeats occur in DNA when a pattern of one or more nucleotides is repeated. One or more nucleotides is repeated and the repetitions are directly adjacent to each other. The repetitions are near to each other. This is example for VNTR. So this is a medium size segment. Medium size segment is repeated. AGTTCG, AGTTC. The medium size segments are repeated. These repeats are called as variable number of tandem repeats. When the repeats are shorter than this one, this is called a short tandem repeat, STR. Short tandem repeats, and this example is variable number of tandem repeats. These two repeats are parts of satellite DNA. This is called as mini satellite. This one is called as microsatellite. And the VNTR segments, the short repetitive segments, are separated from the main DNA by density gradient centrifuge. The density gradient centrifuge method is helpful in the separation of the short repeated segments which are necessary for DNA fingerprinting from the major part of the DNA. These repetitive DNA are separated from bulk genomic DNA as different peaks during density gradient centrifugation. in density gradient centrifugation, main DNA forms one peak, major peak, and the repetitive DNA satellite bands form many peaks, many bands. The main band or main peak is formed of the bulk DNA, major DNA, and the short repeats, satellite bands form minor bands or minor peak. The bulk DNA form a major peak and other small peaks are referred to as satellite DNA. So density gradient centrifugation is used to separate the satellite DNA from the main DNA, because satellite DNA is used in DNA fingerprinting technique. The satellite DNA is classified into many subcategories such as microsatellites, mini satellites, etc. Satellite DNA is classified based on some basis. Depend on base composition, whether the satellite DNA has adenine, more adenine, or T rich, or G rich, or cytosine rich. Secondly, length of the segment. Already we discussed medium sized segments are microsatellites, short segments mini satellites, and number of repetitive units. The satellite DNA is classified. Mini satellite DNA, VNTR, variable number of tandem repeats. It has 10 to 100 base pairs long. It is 10 to 100 base pairs long. Microsatellites, STR, short tandem repeats, 2 to 6 base pairs long. These repetitive segments are important in DNA fingerprinting technique. These sequences do not code for any proteins. Then what do they do? These sequences have polymorphic regions. We have already discussed in the previous part also. One nucleotide is different in the DNA. That is called polymorphism. These sequences show high degree of polymorphism and form basis of DNA fingerprinting. In the DNA, one nucleotide, adenine or thymine, is different from another person. So that creates variation. That is called polymorphism. That forms a basis of DNA fingerprinting. DNA is DNA isolated from blood, hair, skin cells. For an example, in a crime scene, somebody was killed. Blood, hair, skin cells, and or other genetic evidences are collected. DNA is isolated from blood, hair, skin cells or other genetic evidences left at the scene of a crime can be compared. DNA is collected from the blood, hair, etc. And from the DNA VNTR pattern is obtained by density gradient centrifuge. This VNTR pattern, DNA pattern of crime scene is compared with the doubtful persons. This VNTR pattern of crime scene is compared with the DNA of a criminal suspect, doubtful individual, criminal suspect. This VNTR is compared with VNTR DNA of the criminal suspects, doubtful individuals. What's the reason? To find out, to determine guilt or innocence. The criminal person is distinguished from the innocent person. Example, A, B, C, D are doubtful or suspects. The VNTR collected at the crime scene is compared with the DNA of A, B, C, D. When the VNTR of crime scene matches anyone among the four, that person will be the criminal. This is the DNA fingerprinting pattern of mother. This is father. This is child 1, child 2, child 3, child 4. We can understand the uniqueness among the pattern. This is the DNA fingerprinting obtained from crime scene. These three are suspects, doubtful persons. Suspect 1, suspect 2, 3. They are doubtful persons. This crime scene DNA fingerprint pattern is compared with the suspects. When it is compared with suspect 1, there is no matching. And the crime scene DNA pattern is compared with suspect 3, there is no matching. This pattern is different from this pattern. These are the patterns of short repeated DNAs. When the crime scene DNA banding pattern, fingerprint pattern is compared with suspect 2, it matches. So he is the criminal. He is the one who involved in the activity. The person is a victim. So now it is very clear that the DNA fingerprinting is useful in forensic science. In the next part, we will discuss about the process of or method of DNA fingerprinting. The real technique we will discuss in the next part.